Something ancient is stirring beneath the noise. You can feel it, a subtle current moving under the chaos of politics, markets, and headlines. The stage you see before you is not the real battlefield. The true war is spiritual. It isn't fought with weapons, but with thoughts, emotions, and vibrations. And it has already begun. The so-called elite are not simply the wealthy. They are the custodians of ancient knowledge, those who understand the architecture of consciousness itself. Their goal is not domination of the body, but reprogramming of the soul, to rewrite the evolution of human awareness. For centuries, belief has been the most valuable resource on Earth. Control the story, and you control reality. And so, humanity was taught to forget its creative power, to see itself not as divine, but as dependent, to worship systems that promise safety, yet deliver obedience. Once a luminous creator, the human being became a consumer, a worker, a user, a product, a being who begs for the chains that keep him safe. This is the spiritual endgame, a war not for land or gold, but for your attention. For attention is the currency of creation. What you give it to grows. And so, the architects of control flood your senses with noise until silence feels unnatural. Every sound, every image, every notification, a small theft of awareness. Until the mind forgets what stillness even is. But silence is still possible. Between two thoughts, there is a door. A still point where awareness waits to be remembered. When you learn to hold your attention there, the system loses its power. Because control can only exist in unconsciousness. The moment you awaken, the illusion collapses. The elite understands spiritual law. What you believe, you create. They have weaponized belief, but you can reclaim it. They use two forces to maintain their design. One hardens consciousness into cold materialism. The other seduces it into false light. Both keep humanity asleep, swinging between the worship of matter and the escape into fantasy. But awareness dissolves both. The instant you see the game, you step outside of it. And a soul that knows itself cannot be controlled. And true revolution begins within. Concentration is the first act of defiance. Stillness is the second. And unity, born not of fear but of freedom, is the third. When enough awaken, the architecture of distraction will collapse under its own emptiness. Because no empire built on illusion can survive the return of truth. You were never powerless. You were only persuaded to forget. Remember, you are consciousness made flesh. Light in motion. The eternal observing itself through human eyes. The end game is not domination. It is revelation.